Right, welcome to Thursday evening breathing buddies. Today we're just going to do a quick whistle stop tour around some of the basics of the oxygen advantage breathing methods. Just the three core principles: breathing light, breathing slow, breathing deep. Not necessarily in that order, but we're going to start with an exercise called recovery breath. Really simple instruction for this. All you're going to do, we're going to do this together, is you'll breathe in through your nose, then out through your nose, and then you pinch your nose, but don't pinch it, just cover your nostrils and hold your breath for 5 seconds. I'll count down. Then take your things off your nose and breathe normally for 5 or 10 seconds. So, when you're ready, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, then pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose, 10 or 15 seconds. The primary thing this does is to begin to normalize breathing volume. So when we're ready, we'll go again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose for 10 or 15 seconds. Also, when we hold the breath, we start to let carbon dioxide accumulate just a little bit in the blood. It's like a teaspoon of carbon dioxide, which prepares the body for some of the things we'll be doing later. So when you're ready, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose. Now when we breathe through the nose, we stimulate the production of nasal nitric oxide, which is a wonder gas in the respiratory system. Let's go again. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose. So nitric oxide acts as a vasodilator, bronchodilator, helps with the gas exchange in the lungs. It also helps to purify the air as it's getting into your lungs. And it's an antihistamine. So it's very important for healthy breathing. And you only really get a good amount of it if we breathe through our nose. So last round, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally, however you'd like to, through your nose. Throughout the exercises, nasal breathing, 100% if you're able to. So now, sit up nice and straight. Put one hand on your upper chest, one hand on your belly, just above your navel. Just settle in, don't change anything right now. We're going to move into an exercise called Breathe Light. If you feel comfortable doing so, you can close your eyes. Just notice how you're breathing right now, without changing anything. Just having a think about your breathing rate, the depth of the breath, the size of it. Just feeling which of your hands are moving and when. Then you can take your attention to the feeling of the air as it's moving in and out through your nose. Slightly warmer air. Slightly cooler air. On a day like today, it's a slightly warmer air. Slightly cooler air entering your nose. Slightly warmer air, conditioned air, leaving it with each exhalation. Or maybe today, it's the slightly warmer air entering your nose, and even warmer air leaving your nose. Hopefully just the act of paying attention to your breathing a little bit now will have helped it to slow down a touch. So we're going to get into the core of the exercise now. And the instruction for this is very simple. Can you breathe a little bit less air? So if you were filling the container up to 100% just now, can you gradually work your way down to a point where you're only filling it up to 70%? The goal here is to generate a little bit of air hunger. Air hunger is that feeling that you would like to be breathing a little bit more air, or you'd like to be taking a slightly bigger breath. And the idea is we don't become overwhelmed by this feeling. We're just stepping up to the edge of that feeling and then treading along that line between feeling perfectly comfortable and just a little bit of slight discomfort. That feeling that you'd like to be breathing just a little bit more air. If you're feeling that, that's positive feedback that you're doing the exercise correctly. Filling the container up to about 70% instead of 100%. When we breathe a little bit less air, the concentration of carbon dioxide increases in the blood. This improves blood flow around the body. It's a vasodilator, carbon dioxide. If you get cold hands, it'll warm them up. On a day like today, if it's hot where you are, it actually helps to cool you down. So all the capillaries close to the surface of your skin open up. Also get better delivery of oxygen to tissues, muscles, organs, including of course your brain. Breathing just a little bit less air. If you all feel overwhelmed at any point, just take some deeper breaths, set back from it and come back to the exercise if you feel comfortable doing so. Just spend another 30 seconds or so here. Although it might be slightly uncomfortable feeling to begin with, if you practice this regularly, it becomes just another feeling. Then it's just a whole load of benefits to be had. Okay, and drop the exercise now. Breathe however you'd like to. A few breaths. We're going to move on to the biomechanical side of the oxygen advantage method. This is breathe deep. So for this, if you've not done it before, what I'd like to do is take your hands and place them on your lower two ribs. If you can, put your thumbs forward and your fingers wrapped around the back, otherwise you can do it like this. Now the idea is to take fuller breaths, but fewer of them. You're going to feel like you are inflating a balloon up into your abdomen. Or down into your abdomen, I should say. So we call this breathe deep, but it doesn't mean breathe big. It means breathe low. We're engaging the diaphragm, which makes your belly pop out when we inhale, when the diaphragm descends. But also, if you pay attention to your hands, you're hopefully feeling some lateral movement as your ribs expand as well. So feeling the ribs expand laterally with each inhalation. And then contracting with each exhalation. If you put a little bit of pressure on your back, if your fingers are wrapped around there, you might even be able to feel your back expanding as well. So this operation of breathing happens in 360 degrees around the body. When we breathe slow and deep like this, it begins to calm the emotions. We create vagal tone. It stimulates the vagus nerve. This calm state is then communicated back to the brain via the vagus nerve, and other systems within your physiology then respond. Heart rate begins to slow, blood pressure drops, heart rate variability increases. All signs that we're entering a parasympathetic rest and digest state. So now you can rest your hands, if you haven't done so already, on your lap. Concentrating still on breathing deep and low into your abdomen. If you still had one hand on your chest, you could test if you wanted to. Ideally, this hand, it shouldn't be moving at all. All the movement is happening below. Now we're going to practice some coherence breathing. This will take our breathing rate down to about 6 breaths per minute, which is kind of optimal for a feeling of deep rest. It's a state that we very rarely get into day to day. We're all habitually hyperventilating, breathing shallow, breathing too fast, breathing too much air. So in this exercise, I'll be counting it. You're going to inhale for a count of 4, exhale for 6, and there'll be a little pause at the end before we start again. So we need to get in sync for this. So when you're ready, exhale, then breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 3, 4, and exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, relax, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out. I'm going to drop the count after this round. 5, 6, pause. Breathe in and out. Now just carry on at your own pace. You can count in your head if that's useful. Maybe tapping a finger is a good idea. Or just relax into it. The goal here is to extend your exhalation. Make sure that your exhalation is longer than your inhalation. In this shape of a slightly shorter inhalation, slightly longer exhalation with a little pause at the end. It's kind of the ideal contour for a restful breathing pattern. In the exercise we've been doing a hypercapnic. This is hypercapnic breath work, high CO2. You improve your tolerance to carbon dioxide by practicing like this. You'll find it easier to have a longer exhalation. You might find that that pause at the end becomes longer and longer because carbon dioxide is the primary trigger for respiration. So if you can tolerate the higher concentration of it, then you don't feel like you need to take the next breath quite so soon. In other words, you're not getting breathless quite so quickly. Okay, just enjoying another couple of breaths like this. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, breathe however you want to right now. Thank you for coming along to this week's Breathing Buddies.